Hey, ho, hey, ha. Look at you there. Today we're going to talk about what to wear at auditions. When you're auditioning for things, film, television, commercials, musicals, dance calls. What do you wear? What's appropriate, what you shouldn't wear, and what you should wear. That's all the introduction we need. Let's get on with it. Hey there, my name is Doug Fahl, and this is Augmented Actor. We're going to help you actors out there with your career and stuff. Now, first thing, never wear an Augmented Actor t-shirt because you don't want them to ask you where you got the t-shirt and interrupt your audition. But if they do ask you where you got your t-shirt, you can tell them you got it right here. Or is it right here? One of those sides has a link to where you can get the t-shirts. So let's talk about on-camera auditions. So you're auditioning for a film, a commercial, television, something like that, or you're doing a self-tape audition. There's certain things you want to avoid. You want to avoid certain colors, like red, because it's very bright and hard on the eye. You want to avoid black and white because they're kind of the boring extremes. It just sort of makes you look washed out. And then if you are going in person into a studio, oftentimes the screens that they have behind them will be gray or a bright blue or a lime green, like a green screen kind of thing. So you want to avoid those colors as well, or at least bring an option with you to the audition if you see like, oh, crap, they're on a green screen. I better take my lime green shirt off and put on something else. You want to pop out from the background, whatever background you're using. And that goes for self-tapes at home. If you have a gray background like this, then you want to avoid wearing a gray shirt like this, because you wash into the background and then it looks like a boring gray background, right? So avoid wearing the same color as your background. All right, and the next thing you don't want to wear is checkered patterns and tight stripes like this. See, you can see how it's kind of creating a moire effect on the screen. Let me show you a little better. See here, it's just really distracting to see that moire pattern on the screen. You also want to avoid checkered coats like this, or stripes like this blanket, and even busy patterns like this can take away from the character that you're trying to play. We want the focus to be up here, not down here. So wearing something like this, even though it's kind of splashy and colorful, it may be appropriate for the character. If you're playing some party dude or whatever, it may not be the best choice. Or maybe wear a shirt like this with a jacket on so it's not quite so busy. You just want to be neutral. Have a neutral outfit, kind of darker grays, browns, denims, things like that make you look good. It's also great to add some color to your outfit. Here's a shirt that I like to wear from time to time. It's very bold and busy, and it may be a little bit much when you're auditioning on stage. They're looking at this hot orange shirt like this. You can cover it with a jacket. Think of your color as a splash of color. It could be a flower in your hair, a bow tie, a pocket handkerchief, a belt, some shoes, anything like that. Oops, 1 second. That's better. Whatever color you wear, I hope it will be the color that my Patreon sponsors wear. Here they are, lovely people. If you want to be a Patreon sponsor and get ad-free versions of my videos, as well as complimentary throwouts and recognition in my videos, sign up for patreon.com/augmentedactor and become a patron today. And then you won't ever have to watch another ad like this ever again. Now, one other thing to note is when you're playing a part or a role, when you're auditioning for that, and it's not like a general audition, you're playing a specific character, you do want to suggest the character with your outfit. So if you're playing a deadbeat dad, wear dad clothes, loose t-shirts, jeans. If you're playing a soccer mom, put your hair up and wear something that's kind of a sporty outfit, maybe some sweatpants or something like that. If you're playing a doctor, you want to wear like kind of that teal green things that they put on, the scrubs that they put on. Now you want to be careful not to wear a costume. Don't actually wear a badge when you're a police officer with a full-on regalia with all the numbers and everything like that. You don't need all that. Just a dark blue shirt will indicate that you're a cop. An overcoat will indicate that you're a street smart detective. That gives the suggestion, plants the seed in the mind of the auditor that you are that character without costuming it. The danger of costuming and bringing a costume is that you may not fit what they have in mind. You may be suggesting the wrong kind of cop or the wrong kind of nurse or the wrong kind of priest. Rather, plant that seed, let them imagine what you would look like. Then you won't have to look like a freak going to your audition on the subway. Play with fabrics and colors rather than costume pieces and props. Now for self-tape auditions at home, it is okay, to wear a hat or some glasses or something like that to give the sense of the character. It's a little bit more accepted to be a little more flexible with kind of costuming items, but you don't want to go full on regalia. Again, it's not about the editing, it's not about the costume, it's not about your lighting and your sound, it's about your performance. And that's what they want to focus on. If they're thinking, oh, look at that costume, or that's distracting to me, or they're blending it with their background, or they're too dark, or they're too light, or whatever the case may be, if they're not paying attention to your audition and your face and your emotions, you're expressing the wrong thing, right? Your acting should be so good that you can conjure up the image of that character without having any clothes on whatsoever. But don't go to an audition naked. That's bad form. Now, if you're auditioning for general auditions, theater auditions, things like that, you want to just basically look your best. You want to dress up in an outfit that you might wear to a casual dinner party, or something that just exudes the energy that represents the kind of characters that you play. For generals, your outfit should express your personality and show your best self. Give a little humor or a little color, a little character, something that expresses you and makes you stand out from the crowd, but nothing too flashy or too distracting. When you're in a big group audition, a cattle call or dance audition, something like that, you want to wear something that maybe pops out. That's definitely a place where you can wear a nice poppy color. Unless you are not very good at dancing and you may not want to draw attention to yourself, then wear neutrals and things like that. But wearing something at an audition and then wearing it again at the callback, the same thing, the same color, or if you have a dance audition and then you change into a singing audition, make sure you're wearing a similar looking outfit, because you want people to say, oh yeah, the girl in the pink shirt. They may be remembering you by how you look at that audition that day, so it's important that you wear the same thing for callbacks. But when you're in a dance audition, you want to have form-fitting clothes. You don't want things that are baggy and loose, because they want to see your form and your lines and things like that. So big bulky sweatpants and big baggy t-shirts don't often look good. They make you look schlumpy and tired and floppy, and you don't want to look that. You want to look precise and pristine and fit, right? So wear tight-fitting clothes, have layers on. If you're a sweater like me, make sure you bring a towel and have things that you can take off or put on if you get colder in the room, that kind of thing. And always wear the appropriate dance shoes. Now, we haven't talked shoes at any of these auditions. If you're on camera, you're rarely going to need to see your shoes, but you want to wear the shoes that fit the character, the shoes that make you feel confident, the shoes that make you feel comfortable, like you're not going to trip over. So don't wear stiletto heels or cleats or anything like that to an audition, because you want to not have to worry about all that stuff down below. But wear the shoes that make you feel like the character. Now, in an in-person audition, you want to have your shoes match your outfit, or use some good stylistic choices. Pick the appropriate shoes that give you the complete look from head to toe. And if you have trouble remembering what you wore to an audition, you want to keep track of that in an audition logbook. I'm going to have a video about audition logbooks and what you should track and keep track of. And that's a good place to tell yourself what you wore to an audition and what your appearance was. Did you have a beard? Was your hair up? Did you have coloring? Anything like that you want to make sure you replicate the next time around, so that they don't go like, who's this person, when you show up at a callback, and they know, oh, you're that person. I'm glad you're here. I guess that's about it. If you have any more tips that I forgot about what to wear and what not to wear, I suggest that you tell me about them in the comments, and I will answer all those comments as well. I always do. Oh, la, 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 la. All right, I'm getting goofy now. Have a good day. See you next time.